Let's now see how we can turn our web page using WordPress into an online store. There are a couple of plugins to be installed, and the first one is called WooCommerce, and it's been used quite a lot, and basically it's quite an easy way to start your online store. So after you have actually downloaded and installed this plugin, and you do it the same way as we have done before, you'll come to this page here. So from here you can actually go into settings, you can view some documents, and you can actually read about WooCommerce 2.3. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the settings. And also you will see straight away on the left hand side you have WooCommerce and you have products. Okay, so now we are in actual settings, and you can see there's the general, products, tags, checkout, shipping, accounts, email, and webhooks. Alright, in the general, alright, I'll click on this and allow to make WooCommerce a bit better. Alright, base location, this is where you're located, and you will choose your country. Selling locations, where you would like to sell, so all countries. And then you have the default customer address. You can actually have no address, shipping based address, or geolocate address, so I'll leave it as it is. Store notice, enable site-wide store notice text, you can enable that. Then we come to the currency options. As the default is set to be in pounds, I'll actually change it to dollars, US dollars, there it is. Currency position on the left hand side, so where the sign is going to appear, so at the left, thousand separated, decimal separated, number of decimals. Alright, I'll hit on save changes, and that actually saves all the general settings. Alright, so let's go into the products now, and here you have a couple of options. Basically, what do you want kilograms to be your weight unit, the dimensions, you can go into centimeters, meters, millimeters, and whatnot. And then there's some settings for the reviews, so this is regarding the product's rating. Enable rating on reviews. Ratings are required to leave a review, so when somebody actually puts a rating on your particular item that you are selling, they're actually required to leave some sort of a review as well. Second last option here is show verified owner label for customer reviews, and only allow reviews from the verified owners. I'll actually hit on that and hit on save changes. The next step here is text, but before we actually go into text, we'll have a look at the options available here as well. So we'll have a look at the display. So we are under products, and we are now into the display. Shop page, you can choose which page you would like, and as soon as you actually installed WooCommerce, it's going to create a couple of pages. So the first page is going to be shop, sample page, shop, which is the chosen one, your cart, checkout, and my account. Okay, so I'll leave it as shop page, shop, show page display. You can actually go show products, show categories and subcategories, and show both. The default category display is show products. Default product sorting is how you would like your products to be sorted, so I'll leave it as the default. Add to cart behavior, so what happens when you actually add an item to your cart, so something that you like to buy, and actually you can go and redirect to the cart page after successful addition, and enable Ajax add cart buttons on archives. Alright, then we come to the product images, and there's some settings here that you can actually go ahead and change regarding your product images. Alright, I'll hit on save changes. Third option there is the inventory, so if you click on that one, it will give you all the options regarding the inventory. So basically how many of whatever you're selling you have in your stock, and when it's actually going to say, right, I'm pretty much running out of the stock, so there's this option here, low stock threshold. So when it comes to 2 items of whatever you're selling, it's going to say, right, I have only 2 items left, and out of stock is going to say 0. Of course you can put this to, for example, 5, and you can put this to 10, and in that case you make sure that you always have whatever you're selling on stock. The option here is out of stock visibility, so basically if you enable this, it will actually hide out the stock items from the catalog, so I do not want to do that. And there's the stock display format, and you can actually choose whichever suits you the best. Alright, the next one there is downloadable products, and basically this is if you're selling some sort of a software. So basically once the purchase has been made, the user or the buyer can actually go and download whatever it is that you are trying to sell online. So for example, some sort of a video game or a video tutorial, something like that. Okay, file download method. So there's a couple of methods here that you can actually use. Restricted only is a good option as well, and forced downloads. Access registration, downloads require login. I would put that as enabled. Grant access to download products after payment. Save changes. Okay, so we have actually set up all the products settings. Let's move into tax, and basically tax depends from country to country, and basically you have to set up this for your own country. There's a lot of options here. So the first option here is actually enabling the tax calculation, and then if you go through all these additional options here, it will actually ask you how to calculate the tax, whether you want the roundings and additional stuff here as well, and display prices in shop excluding tax or including tax and whatnot. And once again, this is totally country dependent. Right at the top you have the standard rates, reduced rates, and zero rates. All right, so those are the options for your rates when it comes to taxing. Okay, you can actually, depending which country you are trying to sell to, and actually you can enter there, it's called alpha 2 country codes, and if you open this link here, it will actually show you all the different countries, and this is the alpha 2 code. So you would use all of these codes, and basically you would insert a row here, and this will actually be a standard class tax rate. The same would happen with the reduced rates. So basically if you have a country that you would like to send to, and that country has some sort of a reduced rate, you will look for the actual alpha 2 code here. You would come in here and insert that row, zero rate. Once again, you will do exactly the same. So basically this is to set up all the tax rules when you're selling, if you're selling internationally, of course, and then you have many different customers from many different countries, and this is something that you will have to know. So there's some legal aspects involved here as well. Okay, moving along, we'll come to the checkout. Under checkout, we'll find checkout options. So this is the general checkout options. Then there is the BACS, there is the check, cash on delivery, and PayPal. Basically this is all the options available that you can use, and you can actually allow your customers to pay using those options. Now there's the checkout process coupons, and I'm going to disable this because I'm going to actually use something different for the coupons. There's the checkout, alright, enable guest checkout, no. Force secure checkout, yes. Force HTTP when leaving the checkout, yes. Checkout pages, so basically this is where everything is going to happen. When it comes to the cart page, we'll move to page that's called cart. When it's actually the checkout page, we'll move to the checkout page. Now you can hover over this little icons here, and you can get some more information. So basically when a user clicks on cart page, it's going to take him to this page, and you can actually create a different page, and that would work as well. Terms and conditions, this is something that you can actually set. So basically you can create a page called terms and conditions, and by coming here and selecting that page, you would actually select terms and conditions to be displayed. Checkout endpoints, so this is the pages where the specific actions will actually take place during the checkout process, and basically once again you can hover over this image and you will actually see what those mean. Alright, I would strongly suggest you leave everything here as it is unless you're 100% sure what you're doing, and this is set by default and it should be alright. When it comes to the payment gateways, so like I said, right at the top there are a couple of options, and those options are given here. Now the good thing here is that you can, for example, PayPal move to the first position, as this would be your preferred way of payment. If you look to the status, you'll see that some of those are enabled, well 3 of those are enabled, and the last one, cash on delivery, is disabled. Okay, moving all the way to the right, you'll come to the settings, and if you hit on settings, this will actually open settings for your PayPal account. Here you can enable or disable the PayPal standard gateway. You can give it the title, description. This is your PayPal email, and all of the rest will actually be the options that you can set for your customers when they're actually using PayPal as their way of payment. Alright, so you can also go into the check, and here you can actually enable or disable the check payments and write some descriptions and instructions how to actually pay using checks and cash on delivery. This is currently disabled, and what I'll do, I'll just enable it. I'll hit on save, and when I go to checkout options now, and if I move all the way to the bottom, I can see that cash on delivery has been enabled as well. And like I had before, I'll move my PayPal right at the top, and I'll hit on save changes. Alright, so that's with the checkout, so the way your customers will actually pay for the items they buy from your site. Moving into shipping, you'll find all the information about the shipping. So here you can set the flat rate shipping, free shipping, international delivery, local delivery, and local pickup. Here are some general settings, and if you move all the way to the bottom, you'll actually find the default setting, which is set by default to automatic. And basically you can choose, for example, international delivery if you know that your customers are going to be from different countries than yours, and free shipping. Okay, so status, the only enabled one is free shipping, and you will go about setting these options here exactly the same as you did with checkout options. So all the way to the right you'll find settings, and for example for flat rate you would hit on settings, and this will now open the flat rate options. Here you will enable it if you wanted to. You'll give it some title and some availability, and the tax, whether it's taxable or non-taxable, cost per order, you would put some information here, and then add everything as you wish for that particular country. Okay, so we have shipping orders. Let's go back to the shipping orders. So those are the general shipping orders. Shipping calculations, so basically this is when for example a person buys a t-shirt from your store, for example for $10, and they would actually get the shipping information and the shipping cost for their particular country as well. So the total price would maybe be, you know, $10 for the t-shirt and $5 for the actual delivery. So this is enabling that calculations. Enable the shipping calculator on the cart page, yes. Hide shipping cost until an address is entered. I would actually enable that as well. Now there's the shipping display method, whether or not you want the radio buttons to be displayed, or maybe you want the drop down menu. This is totally up to you. Shipping destination to the billing address. So basically whoever pays for this is who is going to receive the package, the item, or you can actually choose the other two options there as well. Now there's some restrictions, so if you do not want to ship to all countries, you would actually come down here and maybe go ship to all countries, or actually specify countries that you would ship only to. Okay, and you can actually find locations you sell to. Alright, so that's about shipping. Then we can go into accounts. In the accounts tab you'll actually find first of all my account page. So once again, if you choose to have a different page that's going to hold the accounts information, you can create a page like we done before, and that page will be displayed here, and you would actually select that particular page. Alright, there is the my account endpoints. Once again, I would strongly recommend you leave this as it is. Basically this is the endpoint where the user will actually go to in order to, for example, you know, change their passwords, so lost passwords, or to edit their address, or to edit their accounts and view orders and whatnot. Registration options, enable registration on the checkout, yes. Enable registration on the my account page, I would enable that one as well. Display returning customers login reminder checkout. So basically when they are trying to log in and they actually logged into that page before, instead of actually having to type everything, they can just hit on the little button and they will actually save their email address and their username and password, so they do not have to enter it again. Account creation, automatically generate username from the customer email. Well, I guess you can leave that as enabled or disabled, this is totally up to you. And automatically generate custom password. Okay, I'll hit on save changes. And basically this is all to do with the accounts. Moving to the email tab, you'll find a lot of options here actually regarding the emails that you send to your customers. So right at the top we have a new order. So basically when a customer orders something, there is a particular email format that you can use here to send your customers an email informing them when the order has been cancelled, when the order is actually in the proceeding stages, when the order has completed, customer invoice, customer note, reset password, and new account. So basically you can go through all of these options here, and email options are given here. So email template, you can use the header image if you would like, you know, the footer text, the colors, and all that. So when there's a new order, you'll have to set up your email details here, and there's some code here as well. So basically this will enter some information straight from your site, and the order number here as well. Email heading, you can actually change that. Email type depends whether or not you want to use HTML, plain text, or multipart. Alright, so cancellation order. So when an order has been cancelled, you will send that information to the customer using the email, and basically you would enable or disable this as well. So basically those are notifications to your customers, so whoever is trying to purchase something. Or basically if you look at the last two options, this one here is actually reset password. So basically when a user has forgotten his or her password, they would actually receive an email once they actually try to reset the password. So this is something that's you probably done a lot of times, and basically there is the new account email as well. So when a new user registers, they will receive some sort of a email. Okay, so this is all about the emails. And now if we look into the webhooks, you can actually come here, and by clicking on add webhook, you would add a new webhook to your online store. Okay, so let's have a look at the main menu here. So we have the WooCommerce, we have the orders, we have the coupons, the reports, settings, which we're currently in, we have the system status, and the add-ons. Also the next option there just below is the products. And the products, what we have is add product, add category, tags, shipping classes, and attributes. So basically we'll use those two options here plus one more to set up our online store. So before we actually go into customizing and everything else, what I would like to do is go into system status, and here you'll find all the information regarding your online store. So you'll find your home URL and a lot of other information here, which can be sometimes very useful. And once again, if you're not sure of what each one of those is, there's a little question mark here. If you hover over that, it will give you some information that might be useful to you later on. Okay, so once we actually start building our online store, we'll actually go into products, and just like before, we'll create some different categories where we're going to put our different products. Okay, so this is how you'll go about starting your online store and setting the general settings. Let's now have a look at the themes that are available. So the first theme that I would like to discuss is actually called the Storefront. I have downloaded and I have actually installed this particular theme, and it's a very good theme. So what I can do from here is actually under the appearances, I'll actually find Storefront, and if I go there, I'll find some information about this particular theme there as well, and I'll actually have some configuration menu locations, configure homepage template. I can create a color theme, and just down below I'll find some ways to enhance my site, and I can actually download different plugins for this particular theme, and also I can download a child theme here as well. So apart from the child theme, I think all of the other plugins are actually you have to buy them, so you have to pay for them, but it's a good thing just to know that those exist. Okay, so what I like to do next is actually install a plugin for this theme that's called Homepage Control. So basically what Homepage Control does, it will allow you to control what's actually being displayed on your homepage or what's being displayed on your landing page. Okay, I've done that already. So if I go to my plugins, I'll find a plugin that's called Home Control, and like I've said, I have activated that particular plugin as well. So the next thing that I have to do is go and create a new page, and I have done that as well, and I have called my new page Home. Now the trick here is that once you actually go into the page, building the page, of course you can enter the title and some information here as just like we did before, but the trick is if you look all the way to the right under the page attributes, under the template, by default you will be set to default template. Now what you need to do is change that to homepage. With that change to homepage and with some sort of a, well, I'll just put sample text in here, but you can also put images and like we had before everything else. You can hit on update, and what we need to do after that is under the appearance, we'll actually go to homepage, and this is actually all the components that are currently available for our homepage. So we're actually changing the look of our landing page. Okay, so basically I can select all of those, and this is what I'm going to do first of all, and I hit on save changes, and when I refresh my page, my landing page, I'll get my homepage, and also what I'll have is the product categories, recent products, featured products, top rated products, on sale. Let's go back now, and that's exactly what I have here. And basically you can enable or disable any one of those. You can actually go and change the order here as well, and this will actually get populated automatically. So basically, because I do not have any products nor categories on my homepage in my online store, I do not have anything on sale, product categories and whatnot. But this is a good way of actually going about and controlling your landing page. Okay, so basically what I haven't mentioned before is that WooCommerce itself has a lot of something they call add-ons, which are basically just the widgets and the plugins that we have been using so far. So if you go under the WooCommerce to the add-ons, you'll find all these different plugins here. Some of those are actually for gateways, some for shipping, for import and export, for products, for marketing, accounting, and free. All of this will actually help you in a way to make your online store look a bit more better and be more functional. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is we'll go ahead and we are actually going to add some categories and then add some products, and to do that we'll actually go under the product menu, and then we'll go and add categories and products. Okay, so we have seen how to actually install a theme and how to add a particular plugin which is called Home Control to that particular theme to control what's actually being displayed on our landing page. In the next video tutorial, like I've said, we'll go ahead and we'll create categories and we'll add some of our products to those categories, and those will actually be displayed here and in our shop page.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to automatically update your WordPress blog. Once you are logged in to your WordPress dashboard, if there is an update available, then you will see a message here saying that the latest version of WordPress is available. Please update now. So click on Please Update Now. Here again you will get a message, an updated version of WordPress is available. You can click on Update Now, or you can download the latest version to update your WordPress blog manually. So I'm just going to click on Update Now. Then you will be asked for your FTP username and your FTP password. This is the same as the cPanel username or cPanel password. And in some cases, depending on your web host and how they've configured their setup of the web hosting accounts, you may not be asked for this information at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and enter my FTP password here. For connection type, you can just select regular FTP and then click on Proceed. And now you will see the automatic WordPress update process that happens in the background. Once your WordPress blog has been updated, you will see a welcome screen over here that highlights the changes or the new features available in this new version of WordPress. Now you can click Dashboard to go back to your dashboard, and you can see now that there is no longer a message prompting me to upgrade, and it says here you are using the WordPress 3.3.1. So now you have successfully updated your WordPress blog using the automatic update feature within the WordPress dashboard. In this video, I'm going to show you how to automatically back up your WordPress blog. Once you're logged in to your WordPress dashboard, go to Plugins and click on Add New. Type in the search term backup and hit the Search Plugins button. Now, as you can see, there are many different backup plugins, each offering a different method of backup for your WordPress blog. However, the one that I'm going to show you in this tutorial is called WPDB Backup. So look for this plugin and click on Install Now. Click on OK. If you are asked for FTP information, please provide your FTP login, username and FTP password, which of course is the same as your cPanel username and password in most cases. Then click on Proceed. Now the backup plugin has been installed on my WordPress blog, so I'm going to click on Activate Plugin. Once the backup plugin has been activated, you should see this plugin appear under Tools. Click on Backup. If this is your first time installing the backup plugin and trying to do an automatic backup, you probably get a message like this that says, warning, your backup directory does not exist and we cannot create it. Using your FTP client, try to create the backup directory yourself. Okay. And also a warning message, your backup directory is not writable. So to solve this problem, all you need to do is log in to your FTP account for this particular blog, and then go to public_html and the WP content folder. Just right click that, select file permissions and change the file permissions to 777 to enable automatic writing and creation of folders with the WordPress software. So now let's click on backup again, and you'll see that the message no longer appears, whereby WordPress has managed to create the backup directories automatically for me. Now, to back up a WordPress blog, you'll notice on the left section here are all the default WordPress database table entries, and on the right section here are all the custom database entries that are created when you install new plugins. So all these fields will be backed up. However, you can also choose to exclude spam comments, because spam comments tend to take up a lot of space. If you get a lot of spam, your backup file would be huge. Alright, and for the post options, you can also exclude post revisions, because all you really need to back up is the actual publish or draft post itself and not individual post revisions. Now for the backup options. So there are three backups, okay, over here. The first is to save the backup to the server. Now this is very useful and very fast. However, if your entire server is corrupted, or if there is a serious problem with your server, then all those backups that you saved to your server will be gone anyway. So you can either download it to your computer or email backup to this particular email address that you enter here. For now, I'm just going to show you how to download this backup to your computer. So click on Backup Now. And you can see the progress bar here that shows you the backup process. Since this is a relatively new WordPress blog, the backup process happens very quickly. And you can see the download has started and is completed for my backup file. So this is very useful when you want to back up a WordPress blog right now. However, you can also do scheduled backups. So you can schedule this backup. By default is never, which of course means that scheduled backups are disabled. So now we're going to select one of these options here. Now how often you do a backup really depends on how often you post content to your WordPress blog. If you only post 1 or 2 new articles per week, then you may want to backup twice weekly or even once weekly. However, if you're publishing a lot of new content every single day, you may want to select once hourly. Now if you select once hourly, that means that the backup script will be running every single hour, and depending on the size of your WordPress blog, that may make your entire site slower. That may also raise some issues with your web hosting account. So I would say once daily would be more than enough for most blogs. Now enter the email address that you want the backup files to be sent to, and then click on schedule backup. Now you get a message, schedule backup options saved. So you can see here the next backup is on March 7, okay, since I selected once daily. So every single day I will receive an email to the email address that I enter here containing the same zip file, or the compressed backup file that you see over here will be automatically sent to the email address that I enter here. So that's how easy it is to create automatic backups for your WordPress blog. In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit your WordPress theme. Once you're logged into your WordPress dashboard, go to Appearance, and under the Appearance menu, you should see a link for Editor. Click on that link. So the first thing you want to check now is to make sure that your theme can be edited through the WordPress dashboard. So if you scroll to the bottom, you should see a link here that says Update File. If you do not see a link that says Update File, it means that your WordPress theme cannot be edited through your WordPress dashboard. And I'm going to show you how to make it editable using FileZilla FTP. So this is not a tutorial on how to install and use FileZilla, so I'm going to go pretty quickly over here. Once you're connected to your website with FTP, just go to the www folder, double click on that folder, and then now go to your WP content and click to Themes, and click into the folder of the theme that you're currently using. Now all you need to do is select the files that you want to make editable, right click and click on File Permissions. So to make the files editable in your WordPress dashboard, just make everything 777. That's the easiest way to do it. Make sure that it's 777, then click on OK. So once your themes are editable, if you look in the right hand column here, you'll be able to see all the different files in this particular WordPress theme. You can also switch between themes over here. Now to edit a particular file, for example, let's say that I want to edit the 404 template. Just click on the link for 404 template, and in this column here you can edit the content or the source code. You can put in your own code, you can put in banners, you can put in custom text, etc. At the bottom here you'll see documentation. So this is a shortcut that helps you refer to the WordPress coding system. So for example, I want to look at the documentation for get footers. So I'm going to select that and click on lookup, and that will bring me directly to the WordPress site where I can get more information on that particular piece of code. Once I'm done, just click on update file. So it says file edited successfully. Now, one thing you need to remember with the WordPress theme editor is that there is no undo button. So if you're making massive changes to this file, make sure that you have a copy of the code, and the easiest way to get a copy of the code is to just select all, copy this and paste it into a notepad or text application, so that if you have made a mistake you can just replace the code with the original code. And that's how easy it is to edit your WordPress theme using the built-in WordPress theme editor. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a static front page or home page for your WordPress blog. Now, the typical WordPress blog would look something like this, whereby all your latest blog posts are published directly to your home page. However, using WordPress, you can also create a static home page or front page and assign all your blog posts into a separate page. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. So the first thing you need to do is log into your WordPress dashboard, then go to Pages, click on All Pages. Okay, so let's take a look at all the pages that you have. If you only have one page, now you will need to create two additional pages. The first is the home page, your new home page, and the second is a page where all your blog posts will be assigned to. So let's click on Add New. And this page, I'm going to name it Home, and here I'm going to enter the actual content that I want to display on the home page of my WordPress blog. This is a sample, of course. Make sure you enter your actual content over here, then click on Publish to publish this page. Now let's create another page. Click on Add New again, and this page we're going to call it Blog. For the content of this page, you can leave it completely empty and then click on Publish. Now that both your home page and your blog page have been created, go to Settings and click on Reading. Under Reading Settings, by default, your front page displays is selected as your latest post. So we are going to change that by selecting a static page option. Then for your front page, select the home page that you just created, and you can assign all your blog posts to the new blog page that you've just also created. Then click on Save Changes. Once your changes have been saved, let's go back to the site, and as you can see, this is how it used to look like before, with all my blog posts published directly to my home page. Now I'm going to refresh this page, and you can see here only the home page that I just created will appear instead of the actual blog post, and this is the content that I entered into my home page earlier. So all my blog posts will now be assigned to a special page that I just created earlier at Blog. Okay, so you can have the best of both worlds using WordPress. You can have the typical blog layout by assigning it to a specific page and thereby using that specific URL to send your visitors to, and you can also have a more static type of content on your home page, which is very useful for selling a product, for a sales page or an opt-in page, etc. So that's how easy it is to create a static front page for your WordPress blog. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own FeedBurner account and start to manage your blog's RSS feed with FeedBurner. So what is FeedBurner? FeedBurner is simply a free software from Google. It was actually bought over by Google that allows you to display your RSS feed in a variety of formats, and also allows your blog's subscribers to subscribe to your blog's latest posts via email. For example, at ProBlogger.net, you can see this subscription form over here, and also directly via the RSS feed. And another really cool thing about having a FeedBurner account is that you can publicly display how many readers you have via email and via RSS feed. So if I click on this little icon here, you will be able to see the FeedBurner for this particular blog. So with FeedBurner, you can expand the reach and use of your default RSS feed by enabling multiple applications to read your RSS feed. So now let's get started with FeedBurner. Just go to www.feedburner.com, or you can also go to Google and type in FeedBurner and take the first link here, feedburner.com. Okay, but since it has been bought over by Google, you would actually go to Google FeedBurner. Now to get started, you just need a Google account. So if you have a Gmail account, then just use that same email and password over here. If not, you can always click on create an account. Okay, I'm going to sign into one of my accounts. Okay, so the first thing that FeedBurner would ask you is to insert your RSS feed. Now, how do you locate the location of your RSS feed for your WordPress blog? All you need to do is open a new browser tab and type in yourdomain.com/wp-feed.php, and of course replace this with your actual domain name. And when you're done, you can just hit enter, and here you would get the exact location of your RSS feed. So we're just going to copy this link over here, go back to FeedBurner and paste the link right here. Okay, now if you plan to publish a lot of podcasts, videos and mp3s and so on, you can also check I am a podcaster. Otherwise you can just click on next. Okay, so FeedBurner has successfully detected my RSS feed URL, and I would see the feed title of my blog over here. You can enter anything you want over here. Of course, Google also gives you the default suggestion. So I'm just going to go with the default, and I'm going to click on next. And there you go. Now my new FeedBurner URL has been created, and this is the URL. So let's click on that, and you can see how my RSS feed looks like in FeedBurner. And of course you can see the difference between the FeedBurner version as compared to the default RSS feed. So FeedBurner is a very useful application for you to use to manage your RSS feed and to give multiple subscription options and get more blog readers. In this video, I'm going to show you how to configure and optimize your FeedBurner RSS feed. Once you have created your first RSS feed in FeedBurner, you should see your RSS feed over here and the amount of subscribers that you have. Click on the link for your RSS feed. So on the main page, you'll be able to see the feed stats dashboard that shows you the amount of new subscribers subscribed to your RSS feed. However, in this case, this is a very new feed, so as you can see here, there's not much stats to be shown. But what we're going to do is click on optimize. So there are several optimization options for your FeedBurner RSS feed. However, the most important is the smart feed and also the feed flare. So let's do it one by one. Let's click on smart feed. So it says here, smart feed helps you to reach the widest possible audience while publishing in a single feed for your blog. Right? Basically what it means is that by enabling smart feed, you will enable compatibility to a lot of RSS reading applications. Right? So just click on activate. So There's not much to be done with this. Just click on activate and you're done. Everything is done for you. Now let's click on feed flare. So feed flares are little widgets or little features that you can add to your RSS feed. So here you can see all the available feed flares, and if you click on the item you can see description of those feed flares. So let's scroll to the bottom, and first let's click activate. Okay, so to figure out how this works, just look at the preview shown over here. Okay, currently you only have one feed flare by default, which is email this, which allows your subscribers to email your blog post directly to their email contacts. Now we're going to enable a few other feeds. You don't have to enable every single thing, but let's enable the important ones. Share on Facebook, for example. So I'm going to enable it in the feed, and I'm also going to enable Google Buzz, and perhaps also dig this feed flare. So now let's look at the preview, and you can see that all these new features have been added to my RSS feed. Now I can also just click on the feed flare and drag it to rearrange the order of those individual flares. So if I want Facebook to be first and email to be last, I can just drag it all the way here and drag this before. Okay, and that's how you rearrange your feed flares. Then click on save. So let's check out your RSS feed to see how it looks like now. And now you can see at the bottom of each post you have the new feed flare options, and this is enabled throughout your RSS feed for each and every post that you have published so far. So let's move on. The other important thing with FeedBurner is to enable email subscriptions to your RSS feed. If your blog is on a niche topic where your readers are not so tech savvy, they may prefer to subscribe to your latest blog post via email instead of via an RSS application. So click on Publicize and click on Email Subscriptions. Then click on Activate. Now your email subscriptions have been activated, and you can see the email subscription form that you can copy and paste on your WordPress blog to allow subscribers to subscribe to your latest blog post via email. To preview your email subscription link, just click here and you can see the actual subscription form confirmation screen. You can also choose to receive an email whenever someone unsubscribes from your latest blog post. This is entirely optional. And over here you can see the total subscribers in your FeedBurner account who have subscribed via email. So that's how easy it is to optimize your FeedBurner RSS feeds. In this video, I'm going to show you how to redirect your default WordPress RSS feed to your FeedBurner RSS feed. Now, if you remember, this is how your default RSS feed looks like. And if you've been publishing on your WordPress blog for quite some time now, then there may already be several subscribers who have subscribed to your default WordPress RSS feed. Now what we want to do is automatically redirect those subscribers to the new RSS feed that you have created in FeedBurner. To do that, just log into your WordPress dashboard. Click on Plugins and click on Add New. Now enter the search term FeedBurner and hit Search Plugins. Now look for the plugin called Primary FeedBurner. Okay, click on Details and you'll be able to see the description is it helps you to redirect your visitors to your FeedBurner feed. So I'm going to click on install now. Then I'm going to activate the plugin. Once the plugin has been activated, just check under your settings tab and you should see the configuration link for primary FeedBurner. So all you need to do to redirect your default RSS feed to the FeedBurner RSS feed is to enable the primary FeedBurner plugin. Then enter your FeedBurner RSS feed URL. Again, you can just get this from FeedBurner itself. Click on the feed and you can click on edit feed details. So this is the part that you need to copy, and we're going to paste this here. Now if you want your subscribers to be able to subscribe to your comments only via a different FeedBurner feed, then you can also enter that here, or just leave that blank. Next, click on save. And that's it, you're done. Now you have successfully redirected your default WordPress RSS feed to your FeedBurner RSS feed. This helps you ensure that all your subscribers are subscribed to a single RSS feed. In this video, I'm going to show you how to put an email subscription form from FeedBurner into your WordPress blog. So once you're logged into your FeedBurner account, click on the RSS feed that you want to work with. Then click on Publicize. Click on Email Subscriptions. And over here you'll be able to see the email subscription form. So what we're going to do is select all, or you can just press Ctrl A on your keyboard. Then we're going to copy this code. Now in your WordPress dashboard, just click on Appearance and then click on Widgets. So all you need to do now is find the text widget. So we have a text widget here. I'm just going to click that, drag it to the top, release that, and I'm going to right click and paste the code that we copied earlier into this section over here. I'm also going to give it a title. Next, I'm going to hit save. Okay, so now let's click on the WordPress URL to preview the blog, and you can see here the FeedBurner email subscription form that we have just put in earlier. So now your blog readers can just enter their email address and click on subscribe. And all you need to do is enter the confirmation code here, click on complete subscription request, and they will be subscribed to your latest blog post. So from now on, every single blog post that you publish on your blog will be automatically sent to all your FeedBurner email subscribers. That's how easy it is to use the email subscription form by FeedBurner on your WordPress blog. In this video, I'm going to show you how to import content from your BlogSpot or Blogger blog into your new WordPress blog. To get started, just log into your WordPress dashboard. Then put your mouse over Tools and click on Import. Next, click on Blogger, and you will be prompted to install the correct plugin for importing content over from Blogger. So click on Install Now. Next, enter your FTP username and password if you are prompted to do so. Then select the connection type as regular FTP and click on Proceed. Once the plugin has been installed, click on Activate Plugin and Run Importer. So the first thing you need to do is connect your BlogSpot blogs by clicking on the Authorize button. All you have to do is enter your Google information to log in to your BlogSpot blog and then click on Sign In. Then click on Grant Access. You will be taken back to your WordPress dashboard and you will get a list of all the blogs available in that particular BlogSpot account. So for example, I have one blog available here and I can see that I have 9 posts as well as 2 comments that I can import over to my WordPress blog. To start the import process, just click on the Import button. Once the import process is completed, you'll be able to see that all your posts have been imported to your WordPress blog. So since WordPress supports multiple authors, you can click Set Authors to change the author name to a particular author. Here you will see the corresponding blogger username, and on the right you will see the available WordPress users for your WordPress blog. In most cases you are the only user over here, so click on Save Changes. And now you can see all the BlogSpot posts have been automatically imported into my WordPress blog. And that's how easy it is to import existing content from BlogSpot to WordPress. In this video, I'm going to show you how to export your existing content from one WordPress blog to another. Now this is an example of why you may need to do this. Let's say you have an old WordPress blog and you no longer want to put all your content on that particular blog. Instead, you have a new blog and you want to move all your content to your new blog. Now that's very easy to do, assuming that both your blogs are using WordPress, and also make sure that both your blogs are using the same version of WordPress. Now log in to your old blog or the blog where you want to export your content. Then go to Tools and click on Export. Now you can choose what you want to export. So by default, all content is selected. You can leave it as the default unless you only want to export posts or pages. And if you select posts, you can select to export only from a certain category, only from a particular author, only content from a particular date range, or only content in a particular status, for example schedule, draft, pending, private, etc. The same thing with pages. If you select pages, you can select to export only specific pages by a certain author, by a date range, or by status. So in this example, I'm going to export all content because I want to move everything to my new blog. So I'm going to select all content and I'm going to click on Download Export File. So as you can see here, the export file has been downloaded in XML format. Now you can't really open up an XML format unless you have the necessary code editing tools. However, it's not really important that you open up this XML file, because what I'm going to show you now is to log into your new WordPress blog and import this content. So this is my new WordPress blog and I want to move all my content to this blog. It doesn't really matter if your blog is in the same URL or a different URL. WordPress makes it very easy for you to import over all your existing content. Now in this new blog, I'm going to go to Tools, and this time I'm going to click on Import. Now over here there are a list of compatible systems that you can use for this import feature. We are going to select WordPress at the bottom, click on WordPress, and you'll be asked to install a special plugin developed by WordPress themselves to help you import over existing content. So as you would with any other plugin, just click on Install Now, Then enter your hostname, FTP username and FTP password. Then click on proceed. Now the WordPress importer plugin has been installed, so I'm going to click on activate plugin and run importer. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is locate the XML file I downloaded earlier from my old blog. And however, notice that there is a maximum size of 2 megabytes that you can use when importing over your existing content. So this maximum size is set or predetermined by a web hosting company. If you have a file size that is huge, make sure you ask your web hosting company to either permanently or temporarily increase your maximum file upload limit. Now let's click on choose file and select the file that we downloaded earlier. Okay, so I've located the file, and notice that the date is already automatically put at for the file name itself, so you know exactly when you made this import. Okay, and click on upload file and import. In the next step, you'll be asked to assign all your imported blog posts to an existing user in your new blog, or you can create a new user with a login name over here. However, I'm just going to assign all these blog posts to existing administrator. And now the most important part, for import attachments. Okay, so this is very important, because in your old blog you probably use a lot of attachment, images, etc. Now WordPress can automatically download all those images, automatically upload them to your new blog, and automatically edit the referencing of these images in your blog post. So make sure you check on download and import file attachments, then click on submit. Okay, so in this example, I am importing only a very small amount of blog posts from one test blog to another, so the import process is done. However, it can take some time for you if you have a very big blog with a lot of images, etc. So make sure that you just monitor the progress. Do not click on any other part of your WordPress blog until the import has been completed. Once the import has been completed, I can go back to the home or the dashboard of my blog, and I can see all the blog posts have been imported into my new blog from my old blog, as well as the pages and also comments, etc. So that's how easy it is to import content from one WordPress blog to another. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the important information you can learn about your website simply by looking at your Google Analytics statistics program. Once you've installed Google Analytics and you've allowed it to collect data from your website for about 30 days, then you can have a look at your account, and you probably see something like this. The graph that you see right on top here shows you the amount of unique visitors that you get to your website on a daily basis, and you can also choose to view the statistics by weekly basis, or you can choose to see the amount of traffic that you get every single month. Now the first statistic here shows you the amount of unique visitors you had to your website in the past 30 days. And the second one shows you the amount of page views, which is the amount of pages actually viewed by the visitors to your website. And this will of course be at least double the amount of the actual visitors. And you can see here the amount of pages per visitor. Next, you can see the bounce rate, the average time each visitor spends on your site, and also the percentage of new visits to your website. So if you scroll down, again you'll be able to see the amount of visitors, and then you can see the map overlay, which shows you the countries from which your website visitors are coming from. So in this particular website, you can see that the majority of visitors are from the United States, and that's why it's in a very dark green shade. And then also this country here, Malaysia, and then we also have several visitors from Australia, India, and the United Kingdom. But these are all in a lighter shade of green, which means that there are lesser people from those regions visiting your website. And let's click on View Report to take an in-depth look at the actual countries from which our website visitors are coming from. So now you can see the map in detail, right? And you can see all the different shades of green. So the dark green, of course, shows you where most of your visitors are coming from. And if you scroll down, you can see in detail the names of the countries and also the percentage of visitors that you get from those countries. Now I'm going to click back to the dashboard. Now the next graph I want to talk about is the traffic sources overview. So you can easily see here the amount of traffic you get from the search engines, the amount of traffic you get from other sites, and the amount of direct traffic you get, which is mostly from email marketing or by people manually typing in your website URL into their browser, or from social bookmarks, etc. So I'm going to click on View Report again to see this report in depth. So if I scroll down here, I'll be able to see all the top traffic sources as well as all the keywords used to find this website in the search engines. So I'm going to see a full report on that. I'm going to click on View Full Report. And here you can see the keywords typed in by the visitors to find this website in Google. So let's click back to the dashboard. And of course, different type of data may be more valuable to use compared to someone else. So the good thing is that Google Analytics allows you to customize your dashboard so that you can have a quick glance at the stats or the data that is most important to you. So for example, assuming traffic sources is the most important thing right here, so I'm just going to click on this, and then I'm going to hold down my mouse button, and then I'm going to drag it and drop it in an available location. And as you move this along, you will see that the other boxes start to shift locations, and you see a light gray box where you can just put this over and just drop it. Release your mouse button to drop it in certain places. And if you do not want to see a particular report right on the dashboard, then you can also click on the X button to close and to remove this feature or this module from the dashboard. Now let's go back to the map overlay that I showed you earlier, and I'm going to show you how to add certain reports directly to your dashboard. So if assuming you want to see the actual states where your visitors are coming from, then you can just click on the country that you want. I'm going to click on United States. And here you can see a much better map which actually shows you the individual states. And again, the darkest shade of green represents the most amount of traffic. So you can see here that in the United States alone, most of my visitors are coming from California, followed by Texas, Florida, etc. And those white regions here, it basically means that you're not getting any traffic at all from those regions. So this is really important information if you are doing a local business, or if you have a local business oriented website and you want to make sure that you are actually targeting the correct areas or the correct states. So if I want to add this to my dashboard, then just at the top here you will see a link here that says add to dashboard. So I'm going to click add to dashboard. Okay, it says your report has been added. View dashboard. Now I can see my main dashboard here and the website statistics right on top here. But if you scroll down, then now I can also see the US map overlay. So if I want to move this again, I can just click on this, drag it and release it wherever I want. So now I can make sure that all information I really need, I can just access them really easily using Google Analytics. If you're sharing your website stats with someone else in your team or in your organization, or if for any reason you need to give it to someone else, then you can just click on export, and you can export all your stats to PDF or XML. Or you can also click on email, and you can email this report to anyone that you want. So that's how you use Google Analytics to really study your website and to get an in-depth insight into what's actually happening with your website visitors. Google Analytics is a free application offered by Google that allows you to track your website visitors and get in-depth analysis and reports on your website. To use Google Analytics, you just need to have a Google account, and if you already have a Gmail account or a YouTube account, then you can probably use that same information to set up Google Analytics. Using your Google account and your Google password, just sign in to Google Analytics, and you will have to sign up again for Google Analytics. So just click on sign up here. And the first thing you need to put in here is your website URL. So I'm going to put in my website URL. And also to give your account a name. Okay, and then you can select your time zone or territory, and also your time zone according to your local time, and then click on continue. Then provide Google with your last name and your first name, and then select a country or territory. Then click on continue. You can read through the terms of service for Google Analytics, and if you agree, click on yes, I agree to the terms and conditions, and then click on create new account. And there are several options here to track your website. You can either track a single domain, or you can track one domain with multiple subdomains, or you can also track multiple top level domains. And if you're a Google AdWords user, then you may want to combine your AdWords data with your analytics data. I'm going to leave that blank for now. So this is the code that you need to copy and paste into your WordPress blog or your website, and I'm going to show you how to do that. In your WordPress dashboard, just click on Appearance and click on Editor to edit the current theme that you're using. All your theme files should be made writable, so if you see a message like this that says you need to make this file writable, then you need to set the correct permission settings via FTP to your WordPress theme. So using your FTP account, you just need to click on WP Content and then go to the Themes folder, and then look for the theme that you're currently using. So in this example, I'm using the default theme. And I'm going to select all the files here, right click and choose File Permissions. And then I'm going to set this to 777. Now I'm going to refresh this page, and if you scroll down, you see now there's an update file button, which means that your files are now editable. So you need to look for the footer file, which is footer.php. Click on that file, and now you can see my footer.php file is open in this window. So what I'm going to do is copy this code from Google Analytics, go back to my WordPress dashboard, and then right before this tag here, this body tag, I'm going to paste the entire code here. And then I'm going to click on Update File. Next, I'm going to go back to Google Analytics, and I'm going to click on Save and Finish. So now you can see that my website has been added to Google Analytics, but you see a warning message here, which means that analytics is not able to pick up your website URL, and therefore it won't be able to report the stats. Of course, this status will be updated in a few hours, but if you really want to check, you can just click on edit and then click on check status. So here you can see the message from Google saying that analytics has been successfully installed and data is being gathered now. So if you check back in 24 hours, you'll be able to see some very useful statistics and insights to your web traffic. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Disqus, which is a commenting system, to manage comments on your WordPress blog. Now, if you have a WordPress blog, then you'll know that one of the biggest challenges in managing your blog is the amount of spam comments that you may receive on your blog. So instead of using the default commenting system in WordPress, there are several other options that you can use, and one of the leading options is to use Disqus. Now, Disqus is a free application that you can get at disqus.com, right? So this is the name. And when you take a look at the website, under popular features, so you can see some of the features that you receive from Disqus. To get started, click on sign up. Just enter your site URL, site name, and site short name. The site name is used to uniquely identify your site on Disqus. So make sure that there are no spaces and it only contains letters, numbers, and hyphens. And this is actually where you will log in. So for example, for this site, my short name is Your Actual Blog. So I will be able to log in later at youractualblog.disqus.com. If you scroll down, you will be required to create an account for the primary moderator or the admin account. So once you've created your username, put in your password and your email address, then just click on continue to create your account. So once my account has been created, I get this message that says your site was just registered with the short name Your Actual Blog, and the primary moderator for this site is your actual name. If you have a Twitter account, then you can also enable comments or replies to your Twitter account. So just enter your Twitter username right here. And as you mouse over the options, you'll be able to see this text here actually changes, and it gives you the description of what the options actually mean. So let's go through some of these options quickly. First is to disable like buttons. Now by default, any comment in the Disqus system will have a like or dislike button. This enables commenters to actually rate comments left by other people. So we'll just leave this on. And next step is for media attachments. Now media attachments lets the commenter automatically attach and display images and videos that are mentioned with comments. Okay. The third is display login buttons with comment form. Now this is very important because it also allows people to log in using other services like Twitter, Facebook, OpenID, and Yahoo. So I'm going to check that and check the options that I want to allow people to log in to leave a comment on my blog. And the third is trackbacks. Okay, so trackbacks are important to your blog, so you may want to enable trackbacks. Next is the Akismet spam protection. Now if you already have a WordPress blog, and you would have Akismet installed by default, so you can extend the functionality of Akismet to the Disqus commenting system. If you check Akismet, however, you'll be required to enter your Akismet API key, which you can get from your current WordPress blog or at your WordPress.com account. Alright, so you can enable that. And finally is reactions. Now reactions are actually social media reactions that aggregate the conversation that's happening everywhere on the internet, especially on social media sites. So it basically gives you a big picture of all the responses to your blog post, even though someone may not have left an actual comment on your blog, but they may have posted your blog post on Twitter, Facebook, etc. So if you want to see all the reactions in a single page, make sure you click on reactions and select the services that you need. I'm going to select all and finally click on continue. Finally, you'll be given some installation options to put in the Disqus commenting system. Now in this example, I'm going to show you how to install it on WordPress. So we're just going to click on WordPress. And here you have the instructions on how to install the Disqus commenting system on your self-hosted WordPress blog. And we will cover that in the next video on how to use Disqus. In this video, I'm going to show you how to activate the Disqus commenting system on your WordPress blog. Now for WordPress, there is an existing plugin, so all you need to do is go to your Add New Plugins page and type in Disqus comment system. Click on Search Plugins. So this is the plugin that we want to install. Now if you want to view details on the plugin, you can click on Details. Okay, and you can see exactly what you get. Then click on Install Now. Once the plugin has been installed, click on Activate Plugin. Once you have activated the plugin, you will see a message that says you must configure the plugin to enable Disqus comments. So click on the Configure the Plugin link. If you have never used Disqus before, or if you are on a slightly older version of WordPress, then you probably need to upgrade your database to continue. Just click on Upgrade. You'll be asked for your Disqus username and password. So refer to the email that you received from Disqus and enter your username and password. Then click on Next. Select the website that you want to install this Disqus system on, and this website must already be listed at disqus.com. So if you're installing this on a blog that you have not registered at disqus.com, you can click here to register a new one. So just select the blog that you want to use and click on Next. Now it says that Disqus has been installed on your blog. If you have existing comments, you may wish to import them now. Otherwise, you're all set and the Disqus network is now powering comments on your blog. This is really optional, but let me show you what happens when you click on Export. So now you have the option to import or export comments to Disqus. Just click on Export Comments. And depending on how many comments that you have on your blog, this can take quite a while. Once your comments have been imported, you should see a link here to see the status of your import at Disqus. So let's click on that, and you should see the amount of comments imported to the Disqus system. Now if you take a look at your WordPress blog's post, when you scroll to the bottom, you'll find that instead of the default commenting system, now you have the Disqus commenting system. And if you are logged into Disqus, when you are viewing the comments, then you can just mouse over the Disqus icon here and you can have quick access to your Disqus dashboard profile, and you can also log out from Disqus. Now if you click on Expand Community box, you'll be able to see your community stats, the total comments, total likes, and the total people who have commented on your blog. In this video it shows as 0 because we don't have any Disqus users, since we're only using sample data. And that's how easy it is to start using Disqus on your WordPress blog. In this video I'm going to show you how to moderate comments on your blog using the newly installed Disqus system. Now, as usual, when you want to moderate your comments, you probably click on the comments option here. But instead of just the regular comments, now that you have the Disqus plugin installed, you should see also a link to Disqus comments. This basically pulls all the information from your Disqus website itself. So if you do not want to moderate comments on your WordPress blog, you can actually go to Disqus and you'll see the exact same thing over here. Let's look at how to moderate comments through WordPress. The first thing you can see is all the comments currently on your WordPress blog. So you can click here to expand, and since this comment has already been approved, you'll see the status as approved. Otherwise, you would see a button to approve the comment. So for approved comments, I can change my mind and mark it as spam. I can delete the comments, I can reply, or I can edit the comment. Now, if I want to find all comments from the same commenter, I can just mouse over to find, and I can click all comments from this person, all comments from the IP address, or all comments from this thread. I can also just click on reply to send a direct reply to this particular comment. Now in the right section here, I can actually filter my view. So if I only want to see the comments that are flagged, I can uncheck these two options here, and that will show me only comments that are flagged for action. And if I only want to see unapproved comment, I can click on that as well as spam comments. So the commenting system is really very simple and very easy to use. Now let's look at the options on top here. So you can click on tools, and it'll give you an options settings here. You can choose the number of comments to display and show the moderators in ranking, and you can also select your color theme. So there are several themes included by default for Disqus, and you can select the one that matches the layout and the look of your blog. Finally, you can also select the default tab view. So you can select to choose the default as the most recent comments or the most popular comments. And you can also see the top commenters on your blog, the popular threads, and the most recent comments. So all these tools help you to moderate your comments more successfully using the Disqus commenting system. Now if you are a blogger that gets a lot of traffic, you may want to upgrade your Disqus system, and you'll find that there's 3 packages that you can choose from, and these are the additional features included in the pro version of the Disqus commenting system. But in most cases, I think you'll be pretty fine if you stick with the free version. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a very cool WordPress plugin that will automatically make your WordPress blog compatible with mobile devices and also tablet devices. All you have to do is install the free plugin, and everything is adjusted automatically, including images, to match the device that your readers are using to access your WordPress blog. So first, let's install the plugin. Log into your WordPress blog, go to Plugins, and click on Add New. Now search for WPTouch. So this is the plugin that we want to install, and to get a preview of this plugin, click on Details, and click on screenshots. So this is basically how your blog can look like on a mobile device, for example on an iPhone or other smartphones. Okay, so you'll see that your blog posts as well as the links or the navigation menus on your blog, and also the commenting feature, etc., all been redesigned and totally optimized for mobile devices. Now once you install this plugin, however, you will need to actually access your blog from a mobile device to see the changes. So for now, click on install and then put in your FTP username and password if required, and then click on proceed. So the plugin has been installed. Now click on activate plugin to activate WPTouch. Once the plugin has been activated, go to settings and you should see a new link for WPTouch. Click on that link. And as you can see, there are two versions of WPTouch. There's the free version and then there is the WPTouch Pro version with iPad customization, child themes, web app mode, multi-site, etc. However, the free version is more than enough for most types of blogs. So this is the settings page. In the next video, I will show you how to configure WPTouch to make your blog stand out in mobile devices. In this video, I'm going to show you how to customize your WPTouch plugin settings for WordPress. Now, the first thing you'd want to do is select the default language. So by default, WPTouch will automatically detect the language of your blog. If you are blogging in English, this shouldn't be much of a problem. If you're blogging other languages that are listed here, then you can select those languages. Now for WPTouch homepage. So which page do you want to show your mobile viewers when they click on the home button? Okay, so I guess by default you can select home, or you can select any other page that you want. Now for site title. So WPTouch will automatically retrieve your existing blog title over here, and this should be no problem in most cases. However, if your title is very long, you should remember that mobile phones have very limited screen real estate. So if you have a very long blog title, you may want to use a shorter one instead here. And next, for excluded categories, you can leave this blank unless you want to exclude certain categories from the mobile version of your blog. Now for font justification, you can leave it as aligned to the left. And for calendar icons, so basically next to the title of your blog post, you will have the date showed in your the mobile version of your blog. So you can select here. If you want to change that, instead of displaying the date, you can display post thumbnails or featured images, random images, or no icon or thumbnail at all. Next, enable truncated titles. Okay, so this is also very useful because mobile phones have very limited space, and if your blog post title is too long, WPTouch will automatically shorten that title instead of wrapping the title in the available space. And next, all the other options for the individual post display. You can choose to show author's name or not, show categories or not, show tags, hide excerpts, etc. So again, mobile space is very limited, so if you think that you do not want to show tags, you can just uncheck it here. You do not want to show categories, you can also uncheck that here. For footer message, alright, you can enter your copyright message or any other custom message that you want. And next you have some more options here. Take note, some of the options are turned on by default while others are turned off by default. And again, this is very in tandem with the limited mobile display area. So let's go to the first one. Do you want your mobile users to be able to zoom on your blog content or not? You can choose that and just check it here. So basically, if they double touch the screen, they'll be able to zoom into certain parts of a web page. However, if you don't want that, then you can just leave this unchecked here. Next, for the header section, you can choose to enable categories, tags, search. Okay, So again, it's very limited space, and you may want to actually take a look at your blog after you've installed a WPTouch. Take a look at your blog in a mobile phone to determine what are the options that you want to enable or disable here. Okay. Next, you can choose to enable comments on posts, pages, or disable them, enable gravitas, and if for some reason you'd want your first time mobile users to see the actual desktop theme or the default theme for your blog, you can choose to check this. Okay. Next, let's go to the bottom. So here you can customize the style and options for WPTouch, but there is no preview available here, so make sure you have your mobile phone with you, and as you make the changes over here, you can actually reload your website and take a look at how it looks like once you've implemented the changes. Next, for the advertising stats and custom code, if you want to display Google Ads on the mobile version of your blog, then you can put in your Google AdSense ID and your Google AdSense channel ID over here. You can also choose to put in some Google Analytics code or any other custom code that you want in this section. Next, for the default and custom icon pool. So by default, WPTouch comes with all the icons you see over here. However, if you want to further customize your version of WPTouch, then you can upload your own icon set. Next is the logo icon and also the home screen bookmark icon. So if you're familiar with mobile phones, when you view a web page on a mobile phone device, then you can very easily add the link to your home screen. That would require a special icon. So over here you can select which icon you want to use when someone adds your website to their home screen. So for the names, you can refer to over here, home, finder, etc. So this actually looks like the button of an iPhone, so I'm going to select that. I'm going to choose home, and here you can further customize the appearance of the icon itself. And over here you can actually assign a different icon to all the available pages on your WordPress blog. So in this case, this test blog has about 3 pages, and I can actually assign a different icon to all the 3 pages here. Again, you can refer to the icons on top and choose the appropriate name. Alright, then click Save Options, and you're done. Your WPTouch has now been completely customized, and of course you need to have a mobile device with you to preview the changes and make further changes if required. So that's how easy it is to customize your WPTouch settings.